Good afternoon all, welcome back to our flying field. Well, at long last, it's turned out to be quite a beautiful day. There was a very strong northwesterly wind earlier on, making it very cold and interspersed with a few showers and what have you, but it's turned out to be quite a nice day. We have got some, looking over there, we've got some more showers on the way, or certainly predicted. We're having a look today at this little drone in quite a presentable bag. It is the LYZRC L600, and having a look at the contents of the bag. You have a spare battery. Oh, by the way, the battery itself is a 7.4 volts, so that's 8 point whatever it is fully charged. 4,500 milliamp battery, so that should provide you with quite a long flight time. I forget the advertised flight time, but I think most of you can, because it never works out to be that long as advertised. Also in the bag we have a set of instructions. First part is for your Chinese customers, the second part is for your English speaking customers, and there it gives you a brief description of what functions on the app you can expect it to do. And the instructions are not too Chinglish. You should be able to make head or tail of this, but I would advise reading the instructions twice. I'll put this as a close-up. Hopefully you can see that all the functions. So the one we're going to need to pay attention to, or the ones we will need to pay attention to at the moment while setting up this drone, is number one is short press to take a picture, long press to start recording the video. You have an up and down. Number two is a joystick, of course, for your throttle, left and right yaw. Number three, a GPS switch. Right, now it's something to point out, is automatically set to GPS mode. So if you want to fly indoors, I wouldn't advise that you do, but if you want to fly indoors, you will need to turn that off, and it will fly via the optical flow sensors it has in the bottom. Right, number four, which is important, that's a geomagnetic calibration. And I'm also looking for, let's have a look, there's another button on here. Right, yes, the gyro calibration is, I do believe it's down and out with the sticks, but I'll come on to that when we take it out to the field and we'll set it up. Okay, and here are your instructions. Unusually is asking you here to turn on the transmitter first, then you turn on the drone. It's a little bit away from the standard practice now, which is turning on the drone, either brushed or brushless, then you turn on the transmitter, and sometimes you up and down with the throttle stick to bind. So not the case with this one, so it is worth reading this through twice just to make sure you get everything right. You might notice that I'm not wearing my wedding ring or my watch, because apparently this particular GPS is sensitive to being near magnetic objects. So right, let's have a look at what else you get in the box. Here is the transmitter. Of course, you get the LCD readout. That's going to give you a height, distance display, and the number of GPS satellites that it has. You have a pop-up mobile phone holder here, which will expand to quite probably fit the largest mobile phones commonly available at the moment. This aerial is false. This aerial, my suspicion, this is the aerial for the 5G Wi-Fi. The 2.4 transmitter aerial is probably curled up inside, as is normal nowadays. Also in the bag you have a bag of spares, your customary screwdriver, a full set of propeller blades, and you also have some screws to help you replace those propeller blades should you need to. Onto the drone itself, and here it is. One of the reasons I've chosen this drone is because it has a 2-axis gimbal, and it also has an micro SD card slot, so you can record the flights directly to your micro SD card. Right, so let's have a look at the gimbal, and to do that you press, there's a catch at the very front here, and you press so that releases, tilt it up, and then the cover can be released, and here we have the 2-axis gimbal. And as you can see on the front here, has electronic image stabilization. Now that, I believe, is the 5 gig Wi-Fi aerial, and you have, there's no, let's have a look at the bottom. Yes, and you have a camera here. Right, the battery slides in the back as with most drones. Right, so I think all that's left to do is go out in the field and set this up. I'm certainly willing to try and I want to try the GPS return to home function and see how accurate that is. So join me out in the field for a test flight of the LYZRC L600. Right, let's begin to set up the LYZ L600. First of all, we turn on the drone. Straight away it says we've got 18 pieces. I don't believe that. And let's turn on drone itself. And if my memory serves me correctly, it is down, and you see the gimbal is calibrating itself. Right, so to calibrate the internal gyros, you need to press the sticks inwards, both sticks inwards, and that will calibrate the gyros. Now we need to calibrate the GPS. Hold your drone up and turn it around to the right, and you hear a beep. Turn it nose down, and you hear 2 beeps, so the GPS is calibrated. And as suspected, on the LCD display we have 12 pieces of satellite according to this. Right, the next thing we're going to need to do is go into our settings, and we're looking for the Wi-Fi signal from this drone. And here it is, LYZRC L600, and the number will be different to your drone. If you have one of these, it will be, the number will be specific to that drone, your own drone. Right, okay, and we need, this drone uses the LW Pro app. If you have the LW app, it won't work, so we need the LW Pro app, and hopefully once that comes in we will see a display, which we have. Okay, right, let's take a picture. We're going to use that by using the shoulder button here. Slight delay there. Let's take another picture. Okie dokie, right, that's taken. We'll start the video. Actually, I'll tell you what, we'll start the video using, I wonder actually, if you take the video using the app, will it only record to the app, or will it do both? I don't think the instructions were overly too clear on that, so what we do is press and hold this shoulder button, and the icon has changed colour, and you can just faintly see there that there is a video timer started. Right, automatic takeoff. There we go. Now the wind is coming quite strong from my back, but it does seem to be holding quite well. And I believe we're in, let's have a look. Right, this is the rate, the rates are on the rotary switch. So that is rate 2, rate 3. So there's a bit of toilet bowling going on there. So I'm just wondering if it needs to just gather its thoughts a little bit. I'm still getting good Wi-Fi feed. Yeah, there's a good feed from the Wi-Fi, and the picture does seem to be, well, quite good quality, and given that it's moving about a bit in the wind, does seem to be very stable. Right, let's raise the height and we go forward. Quite responsive in rate 3. Right, it now says here, let's go up to about 50 metres. Right, it says we're 50/51 metres there. I'm going to stop the video and take an image. I'm sure it's going to be further delayed by the distance. Let's try that again. Right, I should say the delay may be caused by my old phone, so take that into account. If you have a more modern phone, I would expect your Wi-Fi functions are going to be much more improved than you see here. Right, let's have a look at the camera gimbal itself. Okay, so in slight increments there, you can take a, you can move the camera up or down. And we'll take another one. Let's go over this way, and we'll take a image using the shoulder button. And it's taking it. Fantastic. Right, let's raise the gimbal just slightly. Right, so it's saying we have a height of approximately 50 metres. It's fluctuating between a couple of different numbers, and a distance of 40 metres. Right, okay, let's, I think this would be a good time to test the return to home function. Let's go out a bit more. Return to home. I can see it turning, so I think it's now facing in the direction it took off. It's at a height of 50 metres, and it'll be interesting to see how close it lands to my makeshift landing pad there. 40 metres. $30 meters. $20 meters. There is quite a strong wind coming from over there, so it's fighting that as well. There's no input from me at all. Okay, we can't sit there. That would have been about a foot away. So quite impressive. Not too bad at all. Right, let's see what rate we're in. We're in rate 3. It's still recording, so let's go for a flight around the field. So far, this is drone's holding up fairly well. The only thing I would say is the yaw is not too fast, even in rate 3. But it does seem to be faster. Yeah, that is a very slow yaw. Seems to be quite responsive on all the other axes. So even the very slightest touch on the right hand stick does invoke quite a reaction. And I'm still getting Wi-Fi feed. We're now in rate 2. And you might be able to hear in the microphone that wind picking up. So that's rate 2, fighting against the wind. Not too bad. Not too bad at all. What I think might be worth doing is photographing that cloud formation. Once again, we are going to do a return to home. And right, we're still in rate 2, so we'll go for another fly. What I was going to say, now that gust of wind, it did knock it, it's gathered its thoughts, and it looks as though it's staying there very well. Right, now one feature I did want to show you that you should be able to do, if I face the gimbal downwards, I believe it might take a photograph of me automatically. Hold on, let me just turn that off. It's done it for me before. It probably won't do it for me now. Maybe I need to be within 2 meters. Here we go. Right, it's taking an image. Right, so I need to do this properly. Let's lower the height, and we're going to raise the angle of the camera. So apparently you've got to do the V sign, and once it detects you, there you go. So it's taking a picture of me. Not the prettiest photo I can possibly imagine, but there we go. It is what it is. Let's start the video again, and we go for a final fly around the field and a final attempt at, given this is a GPS drone, the return to home. So as I said before, that is the yaw. It's not very fast at all, and I think, if I remember, we'll put it into rate 3 on the way back, because it can be fighting this wind, which is quite a bit stronger than it was when we started. That's a good Wi-Fi image. I say the yaw is not very fast at all. Let's raise the camera up a little bit. Right, okay, it now says it's returning home, I'd imagine, because, let's have a look. Yes, the battery is now running out. We've got a warning come up here saying the battery's gone down to 7.10 volts. So no need for a return to home. It's going to do it for us. And you might be able to hear that wind still. It's still coming and going, but the gusts are getting bigger and bigger. Come on, let's go. Right, it looks as though that is going to land quite a distance away. So I'll take over and land it myself. Right, so I must have pressed something inadvertently. Yeah, okay, so it's landed itself because the battery was getting rather flat. It says here 7.34. So all in all, fairly good. I think you will need to take consideration of the length that you fly it for. We'll just press that and turn the drone off. Let's turn this off and come out of here. Now, what I'm really hoping for is that all the videos and pictures I've taken have recorded directly to the SD memory card, no matter how I've chosen to record them. So whether I've chosen the app or via the shoulder button on the TX, hopefully everything would have recorded to the micro SD card. If not, and I've got no reason to suspect that wouldn't have happened, they will record to the mobile phone. So there we have it. That is the LYZRC L600. It seems to be one of the better drones that are coming out of China at the moment in the budget range. Very, very good indeed. Well, it didn't fly away, did it? So that's a good thing. Right, okay, I hope you enjoyed this little video and it's given you some idea of the capabilities of this drone. I should have added that there is quite a wide range of functions in the app itself. So you do have a follow me, you have a circle mode, and there's a waypoint mode, amongst many others. You also have the MV function, which is a music video thing, so if you want to add some silly music to your video, you can do that as well if you want to. I've yet to master that. The amount of drones that I get through looking at, I simply don't have time to look at everything, all the functions available. Right, thank you for watching this video. Hope you enjoyed it. This is a good drone. I think I'm going to definitely recommend this one, and I've got a few more in the post which have been held up at the UK airports, as seems to be usual. So we'll see you on the next video. Until then, take care and stay safe. Bye for now.